Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be taking a look at JotForm, my absolutely hands down favorite online form builder for any website. If you're interested in learning more, stay tuned, it's coming right up. Now, why is it that JotForm is my absolutely favorite? Well, it is super easy to use. It's got a ton of integrations and apps. It connects with all of the email management systems from Infusionsoft to MailChimp. It's got a ton of templates that you can use for any variety of ways that you can use forms. And that's just a few of the reasons why I love JotForm. Now, if you've been using WordPress, you might be using something called Contact Form 7, a very popular free plugin that you can put on WordPress. JotForm goes beyond WordPress. You can put it on any website, HTML, Drupal, Weebly, Wix, any type of website you can use JotForm. One of the things we use JotForm for is for a application for our certification program in our membership. So let's take a look at how to set up a JotForm. I'm going to be using it for my WordPress website, but again, you can use it for any variety of websites. I don't have a form on my contact page on my website. So I'm going to be creating a JotForm and putting it on my contact page. So let's start building our form. As you can see here, I have quite a variety of different forms. But we're going to go over to create form. It's going to ask you what type of form do you want to start with a template, or do you want to start blank, or do you want to have a request form? I'm going to start with the use a template. And I can search in here for contact. And here's our contact us right here. We could use blue sky, or we have one with a nice fancy header and footer. I don't want those. We have a nice one here with the gray. I'm going to stick with the blue sky. I'm going to use template and click continue. So once you pick your template and you're ready to go, it'll put you into the build status where you can add form elements over here. It's actually doing a little animation here to let you know how you add form elements to it. But I'm liking what it looks like so far. Now, if we wanted to design this a little bit better, we can go into the form designer here on the right-hand side, and we can get into different styles, different color schemes. I'm going to stick with plain, which is kind of a off-white. I'm going to change that to absolutely white. There we go. I could do an image in the background, a form image in the middle here, change the font color. Going to make the font color black. All right. And then we can go in even into the advanced designer, which puts you in a whole different section, and where you can do a little bit more formatting. You can do a form layout, the width, form cover, font options. So you can go really crazy on this. And this is why I love JotForm so much, is because you don't pick a template and you're done. You can pick a template and then add more stuff to it, or retract stuff to it and make it your own, brand it your own, put in your colors you want, the font colors you want, or the font styles you want. So this is why, one of the reasons I love JotForm so much. All right, we're going to click out of that, back to our builder. And I'm going to change this up here to contact SMS, like that. So we'll just click on name, and if you notice it's required here, I can go into properties and I can turn it off if I wanted to, or I could turn it on. I can change the name of the label if I wanted to. I could put in a sub-label, or I could duplicate it. I can go into options here. I can change the width of the form field. I can do a validation, making sure it's actually something in there that's supposed to be in there. I could limit the entry. Then we can go into advanced, and we can put in placeholder text, hover text, put it into default value. And then when you're done, you just click the X here. And then we can go to email. Now I can go into properties. I have that as required as well. And we want to go into options, validation, and email. Click out of that. Contact number, go into properties. I want to validate that as well as a phone number. So that would be numeric. And click X out of that. And then the message will just, we don't even have to have that required if we don't want to. We'll turn that off. And done with that. And then the button, we can put in properties in the button. Keep it submit if you want. We can change the button style. I want to make it a little bit more more square here, maybe like something like that. Let's see. We can upload our own button style, black one. There you go. We'll change it to that. Now, if we wanted to add a form element, we could put in a payment integration if we wanted to. Just wanted to show you all those. Look at all of the payment integrations you can add here. You can add in the widgets. Now, this is where it really expands the features of JotForm, is with these widgets. So you could put in, you could track it with Google Analytics. I could put in image choices. I can connect it to Infusionsoft with an upload. I can do a time picker, date reservation, PDF embedder. It's just crazy amount of integrations it has. Click out of form elements. I definitely recommend that you explore the feature-rich widgets that JotForm has. And by the way, it also automatically saves. Now, because this is embedding on a website, I don't really need to add my logo, but I want to take a look at settings. Now that we're done with our build, we're going to take a look at our settings. And we want to have our own title in here. This is an internal thing that, we just want to have SMS contact form so that we know what form it is. And we can do form status. We can make sure that it is enabled. Then we go down to conditions. So if we had a condition whether they filled out the first name, then it would open up a new or show a new field. We can do calculations. We can skip to hide a page and then change thank you page. Okay, so those are the conditions. And then if we did emails, so if we wanted to, so right now it's set up to my email address by default, but I could add in a different email, a notification email, or I could send an autoresponder back to the person who filled out the form that, thank you for your submission. I'll be sure to reach back to you as soon as I can, that type of thing, which is a nice feature. And then we get into third-party integrations, where we have all of the PayPals and MailChimp. We have used MailChimp, and since I'm talking about MailChimp the last couple of weeks, we use MailChimp for my membership website, where when a person downloads a lead magnet, their email address goes into our email newsletter list. And so that's how I used MailChimp. And again, you can use it for a whole bunch. You can use Aweber, Salesforce, Campaign Monitor, GetResponse. Any content management system or email management system, you can just take your pick here, Infusionsoft, etc. So that's definitely the way I would use it. And then, of course, you want to have a thank you page that you send people to. Sometimes I just say thank you. A little thank you pops up on the form. Or you can redirect it to an external link. I like to do that because then I can set it up in Google Analytics as a goal. So that I can track how many people fill out the contact form over an extended period of time and what times a day they do it and what countries they're coming from, all that type of stuff. So that's why I like to tie it into Google Analytics. But for now, we'll just keep it as a thank you. Submission has been received. And then we go into publish. So we've done build, we built our form, then we go into our settings, notifications, connections to MailChimp, that type of thing, and then we get into publish. Now, if you wanted to send this form through social media or externally outside of your website without embedding it, you can use this link here. So you could send that out in an email. If you want to talk to somebody or say it's a reservation type of thing, and you can send that link out in an email, maybe even through MailChimp, but even a direct email, you just send that link out, pops open in the browser, and then they fill it out, that type of a thing. So we can copy that link. But I wanted to go into embeds over here. Now this is the form that we're going to copy and paste and put it into our page on WordPress. And there are other options down here below. You can do a pop-up, or you can do a lightbox, or iframe if you chose. But I'm just going to copy this JavaScript, and basically what happens is that just embeds on the page. So let's copy that. So we go over to our contact list and we click Edit Page. I'm already logged in. And then we go to the text side, and below what I have there already, I'm just going to do a couple of spaces and enter in our JavaScript for our form. Click the visual and click Preview Changes. And there's our form. Now, what I could do in the form on JotForm is I could go back to the build. Now, see how it's not very wide? I can go into the form designer here, into the advanced designer. So we go form designer, advanced designer, and I can make this a little wider under form layout. Right now it's at 480 pixels. I could change that to maybe 720. See how it makes it nice and wide? So once we're set with our width, we click Save over here. And then we exit back to our builder. Now watch the magic. So we've already put that form embedded in our contact form. So if I were to refresh this page, it should update. And there you go. It's much wider now. I like that look. And yeah, it kind of looks like it's embedded. You could do some more formatting here and get the shadow away here. But you know, for just this demo, I think that's good enough. So you'd enter in Lawrence Snow, and we'd fill in all our information. We'd put in our contact number. Now if we didn't and we click submit, we'd get this field is required. So I'll put in a contact number, and then we can click submit. And there's our thank you. Goes right on top of the form. Let's take a look at pricing. The starter is free, and I am on the bronze, but I've been grandfathered in for a price because I've been using it so long. I've been using it for almost 10 years now. I'm grandfathered in at a lower price, but for you starting off, it would be $19 a month, and that removes the branding, the JotForm branding. So take a look at these prices and pick one that best fits your needs. So that was a quick look at JotForm. I highly recommend JotForm for all of your form needs, not just a contact form. Great integration, great support, pretty good price. I mean, $19 a month is pretty pricey. But you know, you'll have to be the judge of that, whether you're going to be using it enough to justify the cost of the monthly charge. So go check out JotForm, at least start the free, and let me know what you think. Post in the comments below whether or not you're going to be using JotForm. I'd really appreciate you let me know. And if you have any questions on JotForm, please let me know as well. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. For more about me, go to larrysnow.me, and I'll see you in the next video.